What's going on, boys? Nuggets here. Welcome back. Now today we're going to go over the best value cards for Serie. I'm going to go through all the cards. We can see the rough price. I'm going to tell you which cards are worth it, which card you should be buying, and don't forget these are available now, so you can buy these whenever you want. And don't forget as well, we're going to do each individual. Now we're going to start with the main man himself, Ronaldo. Obviously he's worth not the money, but I think with the engine, I think he's a fantastic card. There is no doubt about that. Thankfully, game 99 finishing this year. But I would say around about 6 to 8 million I'd probably pay for him. Probably one of the best strikers in the game. I mean, his team of the year, which is not too far behind, is only 7 million. So I expect him to be somewhat in line. I mean, they're very much the same. It's actually, I mean, your team of the year has what? So actually, you can argue the team of the year is probably better than a team in the season. You can make that argument, but I think nonetheless it's a good card. Around about 7 million I'll take it, but again, a very, very good card. There's no, you don't need to even dispute if Ronaldo is good or not. But now we go into Martinez, a card that's been known not to be the best. 4-star, medium high, but this year he's got the balance boost. Now I know last year he wasn't the best with left dribbling was buffed. This year we don't know too much. I would say you have to give him a try. He's 5'9", so he's not going to be the tallest of players. He's not going to be as liquid as you think he'll be, but he'll still be a good left dribbler. We're talking about meta players here only, by the way. I'm talking about really good. When I mean meta, I'm talking about players that are very, very good, that can also last in bad gameplay, because that's the most important thing at the end of the day. But I think with the engine, I think he's a fantastic card in a left mid, right mid, second striker role, and I think he's actually priced quite accordingly for his stats and for how much he's worth. And the fact it's got, I mean, if you want to, you could of course put, you know, a finisher on him if you wanted to get agility, balance, and his finishing up. But if you're going to be playing him as left mid, right mid, putting an engine on him just to get his balance up, I think that is really, really important. Lukaku, I'm going to tell you, without looking at him, don't buy him. Even though he's got the agility and balance, don't forget his height is a downside. So although he's got that unique body type, he's not like Ronaldo. Imagine how clunky Ronaldo is. Lukaku will be even worse. I think with the engine, he won't be saved. If you get him though, put an engine on him, play him in striker, second striker, maybe even as a cam, or as a left mid or right mid if you're playing him in 3-5-2. But that is all I would do. I wouldn't really go and look to buy a player, especially even when you look at like these players, even if they've got like 90 agility and balance, those players are going to of course be a bit more clunky than the standard players who do better than mine. Insigne, obviously known to be the one of the best team of seasons every year. 4-star, 5 for everything you'd want. Put a hunter on him. That's it. Can play cam, second striker, can play the sole striker as well because he's 4-star. And don't forget he does have the finesse shot trait and outside of foot shot trait, which kind of makes it closer to a 5-star weak foot, but not exactly that. But again, another very, very good card. Everyone knows Insigne is good. You don't even need to watch a player review on him because everyone knows he's good. 5'4", unique body type, fluid. One of the most fluid players on the ball. You try him, you'll know what I'm talking about. That's Insigne. Mertens on the other side, another very good card, another fluid card. High, low, 5'7". What would I go with him? A bit of a different one actually. Maybe I'd probably go with a Hawk. I'm just trying to think. So maybe I'd probably go with a Hawk, okay, just to get his sprint speed up, to get his finishing and his shot power, his long shots up, but also just to get his physicality, get his strength up a little bit as well. I know he's 5'7". You can argue will strength even make a difference at that rate, the boost, but at high, low, I think he's very, very good card. Got outside of foot shot trait. In fact, I think him and Insigne together, I mean, go towards Insigne, he's priced a bit more accordingly, whereas Mertens is double the price. Excuse me, so save your money there, I would say, in regards to that. Now, Kesia and Depor, let's have a look. So let's have a look at Kesia first. 3-star, 4-star, so he's not that bad of a card. A big upgrade from his previous iteration, to be honest. That was the Europa fight, road to the final, wasn't it? Yeah, so the only thing I look about him is his balance. But as a centre mid, I think he's fine, because he's high, and that's ideally what you'd want for a centre mid, high, 4-star weak foot. I mean, 4-star skill moves, I mean, if you're the player that likes to use, so if you're like a top tier player, you're probably used to using like skill moves on edge of the box. For most average players, if you're like, you know, below elite, what the elite players do will get like a midfielder with a 4-star weak foot and use skill moves to beat a guy outside the box and then create a situation with the 2 strikers. I still think he's a good job for most players that are watching this video. I mean, if you're an Elite Player Plus, you will know what you want. So I doubt you'd be watching this video, maybe apart from my general opinions, but you would know what you'd want in a midfielder. But I think with a Shadow, he's a really, really good card. Really, really good centre mid. And I think he's a bit priced a bit highly, to be fair. Maybe you can argue Zielinski's on a cheaper end. Is there a kind of saying, okay, Zielinski, yeah, he's medium, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, he's not, I mean, yeah, there is a big difference, don't get me wrong, but he's not so far behind. But is it worth spending a mil on him? Let's see if his price kind of goes down. We've got Depor, though, which looks like a more feasible option. Kind of like a Zielinski type card. 3-star weak foot, low, high. Not really centre mid material. I'd probably say put him as a cam. I think if you get him, ideally put him as a cam or left mid, right mid. He's got the high and low defensive work rate. It's a centre mid. It's not going to be ideal. You're looking mainly at a cam. He could play centre mid with a shadow if you really wanted. Like maybe as a centre mid going forward. That might be an option as well. But either shadow on a hunter just to bring his pace up towards 99. And I'd say definitely maybe lean towards more of a hunter. That way you can go on the attacking threat. And you can always have a stand tackling if you need to. Because let's be honest, with the low problems with low defensive work rates, even in a CDM position cut passing lanes, those players still are not positioned the best all the time, if that makes sense. We have Hernandez, Skriniar, and Cuadrado. Cuadrado is the card I'm really looking at. Hernandez, top tier. I'd probably go with an Engine, even though he's a centre back, or is it a Gladiator or is it a Guardian? Yeah, a Guardian. That's what I'll go with. That's the secret one, Guardian, just to get his balance up. I think there's no point even looking at him. You know he's a meta card. No doubt about it. That'd be perfect centre back. Skriniar too slow and too clunky. Now Cuadrado looks like a really, really, really good card. How big is he compared? Because I have this original card. Okay, I am probably going to get this Cuadrado card because he looks insane, and I think Cuadrado's a CDM. You know what? I'm getting him. Probably won't be one of the best centre mids in the game. Was one of the best centre mids for me, in my opinion, and definitely be one of the best centre backs in the game. I think he is the sweet spot. 380k. He's not. I agree. I think for 500k, I think he's a really, really good card. This is one of the most underrated cards with a 5-star skills, 3-star weak foot. Definitely a card's worth it. Donnarumma, most goalkeepers are not the best. Hasn't got the best reactions. He'll act as a standard goalkeeper. Nothing new there. Then we'll go over the sub bench very, very quickly. Muriel. 4-star. I used to love this guy in my 15k team. For those of you that are OG Nil Guides viewers, you'll know my 15k team. I used to have Muriel, the gold card, in striker when he was playing in La Liga, if I'm not mistaken. Was it La Liga? I think he was. 4-star, medium high, 5'10". I think he's perfect. I put a finisher on him. I think 579. He'll go back to about 300k, but he is priced quite well, considering his card. You know, he's got really good agility and balance, really, really good stamina, strength, and he's got the finishing. You can basically do everything. You can short pass. You've got the curve as well for the finishing. And he's got the heading accuracy. So I'll be honest, more of a complete striker, 4-star. He doesn't have outside of foot shot trait. That I do know. But I still think he's a very, very good card. De Vrij, too slow in my opinion. Agility and balance not the best. Even record break Cuadrado is probably better than him. Romero, better than De Vrij. In fact, with the shadow, high-low as well. I mean, that's actually a really, really good card. Looking at it now, high-low. I think that's actually a pretty decent card. I'd definitely say Romero is actually a pretty good card. 186k. I think that's quite well priced. I think there isn't that many good centre backs. I mean, the Hernandez card in contrast is much more expensive. So, I mean, obviously, you know, comparing a left back to a centre back, and obviously Hernandez is 1 million. But that card is very, very good. And the last card is Berardi, which was same. We got him last year as well. I had him last year. 6 foot, is a tall player. You're going to need to slap an engine on him. I think he had better balance last year. He's not going to be the best passing wise. If you get him as a sub, you get him as a sub. But he's not going to be the best. So, you know, for example, I'll say God tier, semi-God tier, no, God tier, maybe good for value, God tier, no, maybe for value, no, I would say no, maybe for value, no, and I would say good. That's kind of the way that I would say it. Obviously, that's kind of my opinion. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.